I've got this suntan because I've been to Ibiza. Now, my nose doesn't have a suntan because I had too much sun. And what I want to say is that you can't always follow what the preachers tell you from the Bible. You wouldn't think having too much sun gives you less of a suntan because you lose your pigment. But that's what's happened to my nose. That had more sun than that. But that's less suntan than that. It sounds complicated. Well, what I'm trying to say is that preachers tell you what they want to preach to you. And somewhere along the line, if you're clever like me, you can say, I found fault with what they've told me. There's a situation that I'm aware of where what they've said doesn't apply or doesn't make sense or doesn't hold weight. But what I'm saying is that all my videos, and now there's 99, this is the 99th video, are tested by me because I'm clever. And I told the Spanish people I'm clever. I'm not clever like Nigel Farage, where I can speak well. I'm clever because I understand, I can see, I can see things. And that looked a bit weird doing that, but it needs to be weird because I don't look exceptionally exceptional. I look like a Spanish man, and you could think Spanish men, Europeans, yeah, they clean the streets, they set up their shops for the day, they make wonderful food in hotels, European style. Not very exceptional, just lovely, nice. But to be like that, you have to be exceptional. And I'm saying Nigel Farage is a good speaker, but I wouldn't say he's exceptional. Sorry, Nigel Farage. But he's a good speaker. He's a better speaker than me. But my videos, I've tested them and they're absolutely true and correct. And you won't find any example in my videos that is disproved by anything in your life which could disprove them. Now that is exceptional. And I keep saying to people, watch my videos because they're so important. Because my videos, doesn't matter what angle you apply the video to your life or your life applies to my video, you won't find any example at all where what I've said doesn't actually hold true in certain circumstances. It always holds true. And I don't want to be a great speaker like Nigel Farage. I want to be someone who's got an eye, who can see. Because I can identify things and communicate in such a way that what I say is 100% absolutely true in every situation. Doesn't matter what somebody's life circumstances, what country they're living in, what their culture is, what peculiar circumstance they're going through. What I've said on my videos are absolutely true, and that means they're gold. My videos are a gold mine. I'm not someone who needs to be able to speak to people like Nigel Farage does. I just need to record videos that you won't find anything in them that is refuted or contradicted by anything that you might experience or say, well, yes, I understand your videos apply to verses of my life when these verses apply to my life. But I'm saying whatever the context of your life is, my videos are 100% true and correct. And I don't need to be a good speaker like Nigel Farage or a preacher. I just need to be able to say and make videos that are absolutely true and correct. And that is what I've done. And I've said that if you have too much sun, you go suntanned. But I've also said that if you have too much sun, you lose pigment. Like that had the most sun on my holiday in Spain, and I'm less melanin pigmented there than I am there. Now that is true. You could say, Nigel Farage would say, if you have too much sun, you get a lot of melanin and go brown. What I'm saying is if you have too much sun, the melanin is damaged and the pink skin pigment develops without melanin, and you have less tan until it turns melaninized again because there's damage there. So what I'm saying is very specific in my videos, and it's always true. What Nigel Farage would say would be something that is generally true and generally correct, and he's a very good speaker. Whereas me, I'm not a very good speaker. I couldn't make a talk unless I had something to say. And if you put me in front of a congregation or a church, I would flake. I would say, I'm inadequate, I can't do it. And it would be correct. I couldn't. But I can make videos when I've got something to say that mean the work that I've done making the videos is gold. It's worth its weight in gold. I haven't always been able to speak or communicate when people want me to or when I want to. But when I have something, it's absolutely true from every single angle or situation. And I've made 99 videos now. This is the 99th. And every single video, what I have said is absolutely true in every situation or culture or nationality or situation that somebody could experience. And every other preacher I've ever listened to about the Bible has not been like that. Has not been like that. They've been like Nigel Farage, a good speaker. But they've said things where you can find fault with what they've said or prove that it's not true in those certain circumstances. So I haven't said if you have a lot of sun, you get melanin and you get a dark suntan. I've said my nose there had too much sun, more than anywhere else, and it's got less melanin because there was skin damage. Now that would be more specifically correct to say that than someone just saying if you have too much sun, you get melanin and you get a dark tan, which is like preachers preaching from the Bible. But what I've said, you can test it from every situation and circumstance, and you'll find that my videos are absolutely true. Now that's worth its weight in gold or diamonds, whereas what Nigel Farage or a preacher in any church I've been to, you could say generally that's a good sermon, I like listening to that, and it's generally true. But I'm saying what I've been saying is absolutely true.